something. Custom service.
You're
I don't
good.
even remember. Done. Redirect. Okay, so we are. I think we're live.
Hey, let's take a minute.
What?
I can hear that. You should play that since we just went live.
Are we live though?
I have no
Oh
idea.
yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. Got it. You're now okay. Yeah. Now live on your channel. So
Now
we
you
are
can
live.
Play that song again.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sure. Our theme song.
Yeah. Dude, we should explain how that got written, but I mean, no one would be watching right now. But you know.
Right. Well, let's see. Oh, now it's not. Oh, so now it's not playing because now we're live. So
That's
anyway.
whatever.
I don't
mind.
remember. How did we write? Well, I mean, that was like a thing that I wrote on piano, and then you put a crazy trap beat to
Wrote
it.
a bunch of stuff with it, and then like I don't know why I wrote that beat that's like completely doesn't sound like it should work if you don't have the music with it. I don't remember because I was probably very high. But I do remember that beat, if you listen to it, isn't exactly like a normal beat that sounds like it would work with anything. I'm trying to see if we're live on YouTube, and we're not. I don't think.
Yeah, we are. We're supposed to be.
Well, okay.
Yeah, we are. Let's see. Well, we're live. Yeah, we're totally live.
Well, then, I guess I'm not subscribed to my own channel.
So let's see. What I need to do is look at this. So then we got the restream will tell us like the stats and all that stuff. I can talk to people. So I got to go to that. That's what we want.
How do I find us live? Because it's not live on my computer. I just want to look at it when I know whether.
Just click on it. So if you go to our home,
I did. I did all of this.
So you should see it, right?
Nope, I don't.
Oh.
Maybe.
What do you see?
Nothing, just our page.
Well, yeah, but if you click on the video, if you click on the thing that says
video
House of Static, if you look at the
don't worry. Oh, wait. Well, yeah, I did. That's
all
weird.
right.
Whatever.
Do you see it now?
Nope. Not at all.
I don't understand.
Are you sure it's not just recording it?
No, I've got.
You can do it again.
I've got the thing up. Well, no, I mean but it is working. I'm looking at it.
If you say so.
If you say so.
You're right.
I know I'm right.
Okay, you're right. Oh, I see something. There, now it's there. I don't know why.
Okay.
Awesome. Now I can see my next.
Oh, I see. You said.
I don't know why.
Yeah. You said you're right before you actually saw it. So
I see. You said. Oh no! How do I mute it?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm dizzy now from that happening.
Well, that was a lot.
Wonderful.
That was a lot. That's for sure.
That was hilarious.
So anyway,
by the way, I'm the one viewer right now. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, that's on YouTube, but we're also live on a few other things.
Don't make me self-conscious.
Well, we're live on Facebook. We're live on Instagram, I think.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's this Restream app. It does a lot of different things.
This is wonderfully fun.
Okay, yeah. So we're live on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter,
and Facebook.
LinkedIn, and Facebook. I didn't know you could go live on LinkedIn, but apparently you can.
That's crazy.
I should link that one to my other page instead of my personal one, but whatever. Anyway, so what's up, man?
Nothing. I'm just putting this on Facebook so people can watch it.
Oh yeah, there you go. Right. So and why did we go live? Just because. And
yes, there we go.
All right. And also we want people to know that there is there's a new episode. We're back. We started the podcast again, and there's a new episode of the House of Static, episode 1, season 2, episode 1, however you want to say that, with with part 1 of Call In Dead, and they're freaking awesome.
They are hilarious.
Yeah,
well, I think we talked about them last time we live streamed,
and
all of their shenanigans.
Yeah, and that was such a fun show. And so anyway, well, that'll be a 2-part thing. We'll do part 2 next week because we talked to them for a long time because it was.
Oh yeah, it
so we're
was
trying to keep
super
the
fun.
episodes a little shorter now.
Yeah, okay, but when we decided we were going to keep them shorter, it became longer.
Yeah, I know. Right? That's
That in
funny.
mind, everybody.
Well, that's why we're cutting them into 2 episodes. So we said, we're going to keep them at under an hour. So every one of them after that were 2 hours long. So we just cut them down to two episodes.
If you can't sleep, just turn on one of our episodes and let us bore you. I don't think it's boring, but I mean,
no,
it is
I wouldn't
long.
say the Call In Dead episode is boring.
No,
That was a lot of fun.
one, if you have children, don't watch it.
Yeah, that's definitely not suitable.
I'm literally being serious, and that was not a joke.
No, yeah, there were some crass jokes in there, but it was good. It was
all
fun.
of the perfectest jokes in the world. I mean, if you know punk music, though, like, I mean, that's how punk bands act. I mean, that's how I act.
Right. Well, yeah, and they're all, men and women about my age, 40s and late 40s anyway, and been rocking and rolling in punk bands for 20 or more years, and it's just, man, it was just a lot of fun. It was like 2 hours of us telling road stories to each other. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that's probably one of my favorite episodes we did.
Yeah.
I got to act like an idiot without feeling bad for everyone else around me. Like, I act like that anyways, but like, it's like with a whole screen full of people like me, acting like me, like, yeah, of course I can say whatever the fuck I want. It's kind of funny. We were having a phone call with I guess you would consider him like our video department of our label. He does like our music videos. He's someone I grew up with. Joel, yeah, I grew up with him, and he's been on our podcast this morning. And I realized I was swearing a bunch, and he was on like the car speakers with his mother in the car, his sister, and his kids. And I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Oh, that's who was in the car. I knew people were in the car. I didn't know.
And Joel was like, "Don't worry, I took you off speaker after the second fuck or the second half or whatever." But it's like, I try not to cuss in certain situations like that, but it's very hard not to when you have a potty mouth like me.
Right on.
So
I don't understand. So I'm on this, this website that we use here for this. I'm trying to see the stats, but it's like, I know it's live but I must have done something funky because it doesn't seem to realize that we're live.
Either that or 0 people are watching, and that's that.
No, but it's not even that, because it still would say that. Oh, it does say live. Okay, it does say live.
Awesome.
Good. All right. Good. Well, cool, man.
So another thing we were wanting to talk to people about or talk to ourselves about with you watching, is that we have lots of new releases coming out on the label very soon. And first one is on Father's Day, and that is my next war song called The Ghost of Kiev.
That's right. Yes, that's June 19th, The Ghost of Kiev. And that's
which is also my sister's birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
cool.
Exactly.
And why are you doing it on Father's Day?
Because that's my dad's favorite song I've ever written, and he would put it out. I'm stubborn with my music sometimes. I want it to be the right time for it to come out, and so I was like, fuck it, I'll just put it out on Father's Day and give it to him as a gift.
There you go, man. Right on.
Yeah, it's very good. It's hard style. That one I would consider to be hard style. Like, I don't think, because our newer stuff, like some of the releases we're going to talk about, are more like, I don't even know, like rock or metal and hard style combined into fuckery.
Yeah, I mean, it depends too on which ones you're talking about. I mean, we work on everything together, but there's a lot of stuff that's very different,
Well, nothing. I'm not talking about stuff we've worked on with like other artists, like Matt,
right, yeah, because Matt's stuff is the lo-fi kind of jazzy stuff, But
that's a really fun project. Well, because when we first talked to him, like, he wasn't releasing music, and like, we liked his style, but he wasn't signed or anything, and so we decided, like, why don't we do a song together? Now we've done numerous songs together, and it's just become this. Well, Bob did one with him without me, and then we did other ones. So the next release coming out after Ghost of Kiev is actually his first debut release.
Right. Yeah, I actually have the list of we've got them all of ours. We went through this morning when we were going through the list. So you got Ghost of Kiev on June 19th. That's a Kilo song. And then on June 24th is King Matt Black with Kilo and I on it, his debut, Candles Under Streetlights. Mm-hmm. And then
that's a good song.
Yeah. July 8th, one of our best ones ever, Paradox of Death.
Oh, yeah. Matt did some of that as well. That's great. What's interesting is that's the first. No, wait, we both are on Candles Under Streetlights, right?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of just mixed and mastered it, but they gave me credit for that.
Right on.
Good job.
So Paradox of Death is crazy. It's funny because it's not, well, it'll probably be disturbing to some people, but it's not like a dark, to me, it's not a dark song, even though the title sounds like it's some sort of death metal craziness, but it's not. It's I don't know. It's like philosophical and pretty. I think it's pretty. I don't know. Other people think it's hard, but I think it's really beautiful.
Right. It's really. I'm very. And that kick drum that sealed the deal. Like once I put the kick in the pocket like that, like that's when you were like it's done. Like it.
Yeah.
You've never touched it since that moment. I've never opened that project again after that.
Yeah, so, it's awesome, man. Awesome stuff. And then on July 15th, we'll have 2 songs in our little collective of musicians here. My single on the German label on FBP Music Group will be out on July 15th. My song Handle on the Sum. So that's a Static Dive song. And then on the same day, we'll be releasing on our label, Christian Cole's debut.
Now that's an exciting.
Yeah, Blueface, and that's gonna be very exciting because it's we're launching the Joel Nix Films produced video.
The guy I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, and on the same time as the song, and Christian is just a really, really talented rapper and writer and singer. It's just a great tune. It's really smart and philosophical, but also hard and it's just great. It's a great tune. It's got a great hook. I'm very excited about it.
And it's great for the times right now too.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that'll be very exciting. That'll be exciting for for me personally, because it's kind of cool because I have my own song coming out on a different record label on the same day that we're releasing a debut from another artist on our own label. It's just kind of cool.
I'm actually texting him right now to see if he wants to jump on here.
Oh, right on, yeah.
That's what's happening, guys. I'm not a girl or something.
Right on. Well, then we won't move on because we'll just wait and see if Christian.
No, yeah, keep talking because.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk about the other songs then. So that's Christian's deal. So then, on July 22nd, we'll have another. This is the one that King Matt Black and I did together, called "Beautiful Divisions." Beautiful song.
The song is so sick.
Really very nice.
The song, really dude. The song, they wrote it, and the song is in 2 different time signatures.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Like 2 different, with 2 different BPMs. So
it's basically in 3/4, but then there's other stuff in 4/4, so it all catches up every 4th measure or whatever it is.
Who came up
3rd measure, depending on which measure.
How did that come about, by the way?
I don't even remember. The main riff I wrote on piano, the whole the bass line, the do do do, because it's just really a 3-note bass line, but it's kind of a neat little. It's like what was it? It's like C. I don't remember CBD or something like that. CBG. I forget. But anyway, so there's 3 notes, do 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 do, and it's in 3/4. So the drums kind of play a 6/8 beat along with that, which is the same thing, it's just, depending on how you break up and whether you're doing it with 8 notes or quarter notes and that kind of thing. But, but anyway, so it's like a 3/4 bass line with a 6/8 drum beat. And then 4/4 drums on top of it that just kind of so what basically what it means is if the song's in 3/4, right? So it's 3 beats per measure, and a quarter note is the beat. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So in 4/4 means it's 4 notes per measure with the quarter note. So that means every third 4/4 measure and every fourth 3/4 measure, the two will catch up with one another, and that's so every 12 beats. So that's what's going on with the song. So it's almost got this kind of round robin kind of fun thing going. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I did remember the first time I heard that, I was like, "What the shit is happening?" Right? I couldn't understand because
it's not that crazy, but it's still it's fun. And then the 6/8 drums along with it really
hear that come in, and you're like, "Wait, I know these guys." Like I know what kind of magical fuckery is happening right now. Like
because the fun thing is, it's not like I mean, it's jazz, but it's very mellow jazz. So it's not like crazy, like, because I got a lot of friends that are real jazz guys, and I'm not really, and King is probably more of a jazz man than I am, but anyway, like, but I know it a little bit, know enough of it to know what I'm to do some stuff.
Right.
And so anyway, the point is that I'm not, like if you listen to like the old Dave Brubeck stuff, like that's Dave Brubeck right there. I was just listening to Dave Brubeck.
Oh, that's cool.
And Dave Brubeck kind of invented that kind of like time signature, experimentation with his album Time Out, and then he had Time Further Out and Time Out of Space, or Time, a bunch of them. But they basically, that's like was when jazz became, now everybody plays in weird time signatures and everything else, but it was really Dave Brubeck that invented it. And his stuff, the great thing about his, and that's kind of what I try to do when I'm anytime I mess around with time signatures, is it doesn't sound like his, like that album Time Out has got like the biggest hit is Take 5, and it's got this beautiful melody, and everybody knows it. And it 5/4 is one of the weirdest time signatures, but it doesn't sound weird on that song. That's what the great accomplishment of that is. Not just the fact that he got weird, but he still made it really beautiful, melodic,
Right.
So that's anytime I screw over on time signatures, that's kind of my goal, is to make it sound like it's not in a weird time signature. You know what I mean?
Right.
Make it just sound pretty, So
and that song, they did a great job. Like obviously I mix and master for anything on our label usually, or that Bob like comes out with on the other labels. So I got to hear it before it was like finalized, because I had to do that stuff. But like I was like, wait, hold on a second. What's going on here?
And then when we got into it, and we start collaborating, and the King gets into it and everything else. And my very simple little idea got kind of much more
not simple.
Not simple, and kind of beautiful, and esoteric.
That's awesome.
Whatever. I don't know what you.
I was very excited about that.
Right on, man.
And then what's after that?
Oh yeah. So after that, after Beautiful Division, we will be releasing another Kilo song, Among the Pines, on Kilo's birthday, July 23rd. We will be releasing, which would be what, your 33rd birthday?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's an honest answer. I think so. Pretty sure.
I believe it is.
We're going to go with that.
Okay. All right. That sounds like a good plan. What year were you born?
89.
All right. Yeah, that sounds right then.
What year is it right now?
It's 2022. So it'll be your 33rd birthday on July 23rd. And on that day, you will release a very disturbing, fantastic song called Among the Pines.
I got to clarify with people that it's actually disturbing. It's not disturbing like deathcore, death metal. It's actually like a news. It's a clip I used from the news that's about the war that's disturbing, and something that's said in it. I mean, should I tell him what it says or no?
It's up to you.
Up in the air, whatever. I don't care.
Right. Yeah.
Something he says is disturbing because he's not a movie. It's not a movie. It's real life.
Right.
It's very not great, but it goes hard, and the song goes hard.
Hey, it really does, man. We do some cool stuff. We go metal, full full
The
metal
drop
jacket on
is
that one. It's
so
hard,
metal,
man.
and
Yeah.
Bob has never really done metal, I guess, right, Bob?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not my forte, but no, I mean, I've played metal, of course, but I've never been in a metal band, for instance.
Right,
I've
right.
played, yeah, I've jammed with metal bands, and I've been, I've written metal songs, and that's not really my thing. But but I pulled it out, man. I got the old the Les Paul fired up and and ripped it, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So
What's funny is Bob was like, "Well, I did guitar, but it's not like Love for Liberty, which is my and his new song that's out recently, which is about the war as well." And he was like, "The guitar is not metal like Love for Liberty." Well, no, you're right, Bob. It's way more metal than Love for Liberty. It's just straight fuck your face metal. And he
Right
thought
on.
it wasn't metal, but what's
That's
funny
great.
is in the drop, the guitar comes in on, I guess, the on the I guess if you counted out one E and a two E and right, it would be on the of the measure before.
Right.
Guitar comes in, and then on beat one it's like,
Yeah, well, what actually, yeah, like I think what actually happened, the whole song kind of got shifted by a beat, and so I came in on what was my one because I was on I was following the metronome,
right,
and that's where one was. But somewhere along the way, the song had got added an extra beat in there on the rest, which is fine. It was cool. But what ended up because of that, what happened was I hit the lead note, like real high, like screeching guitars note, and then the bass, then the bass hits, there's the big bass drop, and it's
that's
hard.
not what happened.
No, that's what I thought happened.
Okay, that is what happened, but also not what happened.
Okay.
Bob had moved it back over to the one when he sent it.
That's right. I did. I moved it where
fucking over, and I moved it on mistake, not exactly.
That's right.
On the grid, it wasn't locking to there.
Yep.
And I ended up moving it back to where he played it, and he was like, "Oh, cool, I played it there," and I was like, "I did this on mistake."
That's so funny. That's exactly right.
True.
That's what happened. Yeah. And it is probably the coolest part of the song. It is so hard and so cool. And it's just like that. It's just
I know. It's like,
I
guess what genre is that? I mean, it's the same genre as Paradox of Death.
It's some sort of, I don't know about the same genre. Paradox of Death is like a little, it's prettier. It's got the, Paradox of Death has the Blink 182
on that song. And
but Paradox of Death has like the Blink 182 guitar on it and everything. I think.
No, that's not that song.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of
You're giving away secrets, bro.
Giving away secrets.
Come on, man.
Anyway,
I remember when I was finishing the song we're talking about now, he actually thought it was Paradox of Death. And he was like, "Where's the guitar solo at the end?" I was like, right. "I don't know what you're talking about." I actually didn't say that.
Oh, we're talking about Fluke, right? Fluke. Yeah. I keep confusing. Yeah. I keep confusing Fluke and they're similar, I think,
They are because of you guys both putting like the Alan Watts stuff in.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So anyway,
Fluke is a great song.
Fluke is freaking great. Fluke brings tears to my eyes. I'm not even exaggerating.
Because originally we had started it at the beginning of the fuckery war. And Bob had, for some odd reason, labeled it Peace, which I guess is still going to be a song.
Wishful thinking, I suppose.
Right. Yeah. That hope went out the window fast.
Right.
But anyways, Bob had like written some of that, and then we kind of put it away into the cupboard.
That's right.
Never gonna be used. And then whenever Matt came along, like he was like, "Do you guys have anything else that like maybe I could work on?" Blah blah. And I was like, "Yes." Just kind of a throwaway. Here you go. You take that. And then when we got it back, and I put it back into the project, because what we do is we email stems back and forth because we all use different DAWs. I think Matt uses Ableton as well sometimes, but like we don't have the same DAW. What does DAW mean again, Bob?
Digital audio workstation.
That thing, yes.
It's the software that people use to record.
Right, we bounce down each audio channel when we send it back and forth. I only bounce it down like the full thing because they're recording guitars on it and stuff. So they don't need each channel, right? They just give me back channels.
Right,
But,
exactly.
like, I gave him what we had done, and then it comes back to me like a fucking song. And I was just like, well then, now we have a new song. So that's a new development a few days ago.
Yeah, and
like,
it's just fantastic. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. So I mean, we just have a lot of great stuff coming up. Really, it's very exciting, and it all kind of starts Friday, next Friday.
Oh yeah, it all starts Sunday.
Sunday. That's
This
right, the
Sunday.
19th. That's right. The 19th is the first big release, and then basically every week after that for the next couple of months. It's awesome.
It's gonna be
It's
great.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
for sure. It's
Right
lots of
on,
fun
right on.
stuff. And
Definitely.
we'll do random ass things like this where we talk for no reason.
Yes,
Because-
well, that's the thing, right? So I think the original thought, yeah, because Keela and I were like, oh, let's do this. We were going to do it yesterday, and we just kind of moved things around, decided to do it today, and we have no purpose for it,
Right.
other than to talk about what the songs we got coming up and everything else, and then also the fact that we did start the podcast again, and so we want people to get into that. We're going to be doing some different things with season 2. We're going to do some live streams we're going to do more of these, but also like scheduled live streams with guests.
Yes.
We're going to do some neat things, just kind of mix it up a little bit. We got
Wait, you forgot to talk about the album that you have a feature on or whatever that just came out.
Oh yes, there you go. There's a great thing to announce too. Yeah, so our friend London Elixir, who was a guest in season 1, and and I has been a music friend online here for a couple of years with Nate for their blog and everything else. Anyway, I played on a song for her a couple months ago, and that became the title track of her new album, which was just released Saturday. So on Saturday, she dropped her debut full-length album. London's been around for 2 or 3 years now, though. She's had an EP out. She's had some big successes with licensing. She did the "Due to the Juju" song, which has got like 10 billion listened views so far.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating. It's got 10 billion
really.
views. It's crazy. So, and she's just awesome. She's a wicked cool person and a great producer and a great songwriter and just a really smart businesswoman. And it's been a real pleasure, just getting to know her and having some fun creating some stuff with her. And now I'm on her album. So rock on. That's very exciting.
Oh yeah, and it's awesome, dude. She's so dope.
Yeah. The tune is cool. It's a real cool kind of slow funk tune. I get to play some real kind of like, playing that.
Right.
My favorite guitar, that guitar right there. And as with everything else, I do everything here. So it's just me sitting here with that guitar. And now
that's what's dope about music these days. Like you can do that. You can be in your basement. That's also something me and Bob talked about though, because it's like a lot of guests we've had on our show kind of say, oh, it's so nice to finally talk to someone about music. And we literally deal with artists every day, whether it's through the podcast, his blog, our record label, me going to Icon. Like we just live that life. And so we don't notice that it's turned into this weird fucking culture of hermits that just sit with, there's nothing wrong with that. If that feels good to you, go for it, do whatever the fuck you want. But we are a species that, evolved from like being a tribalistic culture. So it's sad that like more and more musicians are hiding away in their basement.
I guess. I mean, but I think
heard it enough times that I can say that though, bro.
Yeah. No, it's definitely true. Definitely, you're right. Yeah, I think that I like the actual hermit part of it. The fact that sitting in a room, working on things, doing creative stuff by yourself for a long period of time. I'm all about that. I love it. I've been trying to get it. I've been trying to set up a life where I work and live in a room like this most of my life. So I'm all about it.
You literally work with me every single day.
I know, but that's the thing. So where I was going with that next is that, you're not actually, so the environment, physical environment of working in this, and what I mean by that is everywhere I turn, I've got all the tools I need to, whether I'm writing for my blog, or I'm doing recording music, or I'm, even shooting the little video things, whatever. Everything's right here, and I can, so that's why I like it. But to Kilo's point, no man's an island,
Right.
and you gotta connect with people. And that's really kind of been the biggest story so far for me this year, has been connecting with other musicians and artists and getting things done, whether it's Kilo or Christian or London or Joel or any, slew of other people. Yeah, it's just a lot more fun.
Well, yeah,
Working
I
with other
mean,
people.
to that point, I mean, yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. But to that point, the one person that's commented on our YouTube right now, who is of Eurostars, it's a cool story. Going back to No Man's an Island, technically the album art for my song coming up is actually me editing a photo that he sent me of the Ghost of Keith. So,
Right.
but what's cool about him, like, this is a great story. Bob doesn't even know this story. So years ago, when I very first started producing, like, I would just go on like Omegle or Chat Roulette, whichever one has less dicks on it. And I would just like talk to people and be like, listen to my song. And I would play it like over the speakers, and be annoying. And then like, I guess I talked to him, right? And I talked to him and he said, oh yeah, I wanted to do YouTube or whatever. And I was very inspiring. Apparently, I was probably drunk. No, please don't be mad at me that you're watching me tell this story now. But and so years later, he hits me up on Facebook after, I mean, we talked for a while and then kind of I got busy and stuff, but he hits me up and he's like, dude, my YouTube channel is doing better, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait, what? Because I guess like when you go through some of the stuff I've been through in my life where like the pneumonia and my body having like all the whatever.
Right.
Like I forgot a lot of things, right? And so like now, like I inspired him to do that. Then he's helped me out by putting some of my songs that I never released over labels onto his channel. And it's just dope. Like that literally, and he like sent me that picture that I've used for the new album art. Like he was the first person, even before Bob, to hear the Ghost of Keith song, because like he looks up to the Ghost of Keith. This dude is a great dude. This dude has had like more surgeries in his life than I could imagine. And he's a fucking like happy ass dude. Like it's great. It's inspiring to see that I inspired someone that is inspiring,
Right on. Right on,
so,
man.
But I mean, it literally is something we talked about this morning on the phone while we were going through like label stuff, talking about how you can't really do this much stuff alone. We were talking about, I was saying like when to be successful, doing things for others is a quick way to be happy or successful, but also doing things with others.
Yeah.
Because the for others is the label started because we wanted to give money to Ukraine. We didn't want to have to fuck around with a label saying, well, this much is yours and this much is ours. And then it's like, okay, how do we give all the profits to Ukraine? And that's how the label started. So I mean, that's a big thing in our lives right now. It's like no man's an island. That's a great way to say it. Like you can't do it by yourself,
And as far as like you said, you do 4 people, but also with people. I like almost all the music that you and I have done the last few months, really, whether it's like whether it's some of the Ukraine stuff or some of my stuff or the stuff we worked on with King. And most of what I've contributed started as like just kind of random ideas that I had, because I just do those all the time. Point is that I don't, I have like a million song ideas that I never finish. Right. And because I work by myself, so you can't, and I don't always know which ones are the good ones, So now what I do, I mean, I play all these hundreds of song ideas. I'll just throw them at Kilo and be like, what do you think of these? And he'll say, that one's good. And then all of a sudden, this song that never would have happened, it becomes a song.
God, that's fucking, dude, that's how this, oh my God, I forgot to explain how the song Among the Pines even started.
Oh, Among the Pines, because was that D-Vibe originally?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
How many years ago did you write that?
Yeah, D-Vibe was, so what Kilo's talking about is that
Amazing.
so like I'm a crazy archivist of all my audio. Like I have everything. That's what, like, I've got tape. These are all, because there's a stack of cassettes here. These are cassettes that I have from 30 years ago that I am digitizing because I'm insane, because no one in the world's going to care, but I'm going to do it. So anyway,
you never know, dude.
Yeah, so I have everything that I ever recorded. I have somewhere, and I try to categorize it. So I was going through some recordings from like 2012 or something, and I was like, hey, there was this. I could always find, like, well, hey, there's like a group of songs in a folder from like May to June, and I had a very creative spurt there back then. I don't really remember stuff, and especially back then I used to drink. So but anyway, so like, but I
was saying about meeting font.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I'll record. So anyway, I put them all on like a SoundCloud playlist and just said, hey, Kilo, check these out. And it's probably like 20, 30 songs. And he's like, that one's cool, that one's cool, and that one's cool. So give them to me. And then so I found the tracks, gave them to him, and then that's what happened. And then it turns into something completely different.
This is how that song happened, though. It doesn't sound at all like that, because what happened was he gave me a bunch of songs. I kind of did a little bit to the D-Vibes one, just a teeny bit of whatever.
Right.
And then like threw it away, like on the shelf for later. And then when we started writing this weird kind of music, I brought it back out. And when I dragged the audio from my desktop into Ableton, it actually converted to MIDI, but it completely didn't do it correctly. There's that.
Right.
So that's a mistake.
Yeah.
And then I put a bunch of stuff to it, and I was like, why don't you do the melody for the drop and do like some chords? And so he did that, and the melody thing was insane, and I don't even remember what.
Yeah, that was terrible. Yeah, it was
terrible. It was probably terrible. I don't know. But then I was like, fuck all this nonsense.
Well, the chords were good. The chords were cool.
Scooted the chords over. And the chords are really what started us writing this song right now.
That's right. That's really true. And but it is crazy. It's and this is what we're talking about, is the song "Among the Pines," which comes out on July 23rd. Right. It's a Kilo song featuring me, the Static.
Well, obviously, considering they know you wrote the chords. Anyone who knows me knows I don't write chords. I don't write chords.
Yeah,
we should explain to people how it works. So you can't have. When you put stuff out, you have to have one primary artist, right?
Right, exactly.
So, I mean, when we say like I'm on it or he's on it, it may be us completely together.
Yeah, right? I mean, it is, almost everything is really anyway. Yeah. So
other than the song I'm not on with you and King.
King, right, exactly. So, but yeah, most stuff is some kind of collaboration between the two of us, but it's just, when we're done with it, we'll say, who does this sound like? And if it sounds like me, it'll go as me. But most of my stuff, I'm doing the more the singer-songwriter stuff now. I'm going to put all that through the German label through FBP, and then all my instrumental stuff, I basically will just be collaborations with for now anyway. I mean, until I change my mind, which will probably be tomorrow. Right. But for now anyway, I'm going to do all my instrumental stuff with you and King, and then do my
whoever. I mean,
whoever else.
We're going to be doing a song possibly with the last person we interviewed. That's not, the episode's not out yet. What is his name? I always forget.
Patches?
No, bro. What? No. The rapper that we interviewed like 2 weeks ago.
Campton, Cashboy Campton.
Right? Yeah, we're gonna be doing writing a song with him possibly, and like stuff like that.
He'll be episode. He's gonna be like episode 5 probably of season 2 here, 4 or 5.
6, I think, because we're gonna interview Christian about the new song.
Right, yeah. But he'll be on, and then we'll be doing a song with him. We've got some plans to do some music with Elandria, who's our friend who was on this show on season 1. So we're hoping that comes, not just talking right now, so nothing definite, but who knows? Maybe we'll do something fun. That'd be cool.
But what's interesting about something I said earlier that I want to clarify, like King Matt Black has written music and was on things, and that's how we even found him. Like he was like,
Yeah.
I guess you can say ghost producer or top line writer or whatever for other things that you guys may have heard, but
Right.
he never was an artist in himself, right? And we were like, bro, like you're dope, your music's dope, like you
Yeah.
write good stuff. And that's why it became like more of a collaborational effort because like he didn't really, I don't know, it's that I think
Well, he's not
I don't
really
know.
one for the limelight either, you know.
Sure, right. It's like, dude, no, he doesn't even like show his face or anything like
Right.
on social medias or anything. So,
Right,
but
right.
it's cool to get the music from someone in that realm of music because like I can't play jazz shit. Bob can, but not to that extent of.
Sure, yeah.
And
It's not, like I said, it's not
all
my
jazz. I'm
my
not
first.
saying it's all jazz, trust me.
No.
But you'll notice like in Paradise of Death, like these nice like organ chords and shit.
Right.
Like it's
Yep.
cool. You know,
Yep.
it's super duper fun. And I mean, that's really where we're going with this. And the other thing I wanted to mention was like the video coming out with what's his name? Christian Cole's
Cole.
like new song. Like that shit's fire. We saw it.
Yeah.
We got to see like the final edit of it this morning with when Joel sent it to us, and we were both just like, "This."
It's awesome. It's really awesome. Yeah,
That's
July
because they
15th.
nailed
You know, there's just a lot of big days coming up for us.
Yeah.
You know, and that July 15th would be a big one. You know, that's going to be
Oh, yeah.
Christian's debut and my song.
And it's a great,
you
it's
know.
a great song.
Yeah.
Just like the vibe behind it is just immensely awesome. Like I love the
Really
lyrics.
is. Very
I
positive,
mean,
very
the
smart.
song is kind of about like bettering life. I don't know. How would you describe the lyrics? Like,
Well, I mean, it's basically just you know, it's just a message to all, you know, people. Just we have to start try to care a little bit more about each other and stop, you know,
being insane.
stop being insane. Yeah, you know, he's basically, it's like a big, he goes through it. This is, here's to the mothers and here's to the, you know, it's like
Right.
shout out to all the people who don't suck, you know. Let's not suck. Let's all the shout out to all the good people that are doing good things for each other, you know.
Right.
And that's cool. It's a real positive message and it's smart, but it's not just, you know, feel good. It's very smart and philosophical.
Yeah.
And he's good.
Yeah,
Very good.
It's kind of cool though, like the whole collaborational effort thing. We met him through Joel, which Joel
That's
I've
right.
known my whole life basically, and like we do stuff with him. He directed and like everything. My music video that's still not out yet. I'm sorry, I've been promising this forever. But that's okay. It's gonna be perfect.
It's pretty bad.
So Joel's, I guess Christian goes to Joel's dad's church, or he went to it, or I don't know exactly. Right. But so I mean, we met him through us collaborating with another person, and it's just like that's really what I personally believe the world needs to get back to, is like a group effort of not sucking, like Bob said earlier, right? And realizing we're one thing that is trying to survive on this planet, you know, like kind of like, which song is it that says like we're already in outer space? I guess it's called Fluke.
Fluke. Yeah, Fluke is, that's great. It's got that great Alan Watts quote, and he says basically, what he says is we're already as far out in the space as we're gonna get. He's like, we're way out, you know, because I mean, like it's true. Earth is more or less space than any other planet.
Right. Well,
And but then he says that great thing where he says, if you try or if you listen or something like that, he's like, you can let the outer space into you or something. It's just a great, it really kind of like, it's, to me anyway, it was very profound. It was really, he says it better than I just did, but it's really good.
Well, but
really
you
great.
did definitely explain exactly what it said. But
Thank you.
To that point, it's like, if you think about this as a big giant rock spaceship thing, like
I'm gonna think about it like that now, by the way, a big giant rock spaceship thing. That's like my favorite thing in the world now.
Exactly. If we were all in a round spaceship that had an atmosphere to keep us alive, would we be blowing it up? Would we be killing it and what keeps it alive? Think of Star Trek. If they were to kill the things that are keeping the ship working, in outer space, they wouldn't do that.
Well, you would. The obvious answer is we would, because we already are, and that's what we're doing.
Well,
But
my point, that's
should
my
we?
point.
No,
We
yeah.
should not be doing that, because if
Yeah,
it's
right.
a big rock spaceship thing, then guess what? Keep it alive so you stay alive. You know,
You're starting to sound. You're starting to turn into a hippie, I think, Kilo. You're starting to sound like me.
I'm pretty sure this happened long ago.
Yeah.
I always say stuff, and Bob's like, "That's very Buddhist of you," and I'm like, "Well, that's cool, man." Like, I've studied Buddhism, and I probably am definitely a Buddhist. I don't know.
Oh, I know, but you always say you're not a hippie. That's why I said that. You know,
I mean, right? Because I don't hug trees and stuff like that. I eat meat all the time.
I literally was laying in the grass in my backyard yesterday.
Okay,
just
I
laying
do that. I definitely do that, but I don't have a backyard, so when I do it, it's much more awkward.
Just out in the road somewhere.
Yeah, sure. Just
go out to the freeway.
I'm gonna find a patch of grass somewhere, and I'm gonna lay in it. And if there's dog pee or anything, I don't care.
That's
So,
awesome.
but yeah, dude. I mean, obviously, I know we're not gonna change the world, but I have zero faith in existence now. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
no, you gotta say what you gotta say is my point. What I was gonna say before I joke.
Right.
It's like, I'm still gonna say this shit, even though I know I'm not gonna change the world completely.
Well, not completely, right? That's the thing. I mean, what's change the world mean? You can change, you meet people, you get to be friends with people. You know, we've changed the world by changing each other's lives, by being friends. You know what I mean? Right. So you change the world with everything you do. The key is to make it a positive change, you know?
Right. So, oh yeah, that's a very good point. You're changing the world all the time.
All the time.
Make it a fucking positive change.
Exactly.
Next time or this time.
Exactly.
That is a great way of looking at it.
With every breath you take, you're altering the world around you. So
you literally are, because you're doing carbon whatever word.
Yeah, you're respirating, which means you're taking oxygen in and pushing carbon dioxide out, converting it to, or expelling carbon dioxide your body is getting rid of. And it's mostly not oxygen, by the way. It's like 78% nitrogen is what the air is, and then 21% of it is oxygen, and then 1% is everything else.
Yes, because when my lung collapsed, they brought a machine that pumped pure oxygen.
Right.
Keep me from dying.
Yeah, and that's some hardcore stuff. Like pure oxygen is like really flammable; it'll explode on you.
Well, I'm glad I didn't know that then.
Yeah,
that would have made it way more interesting for me. But yeah,
you think about it this way. I'm doing like a science class. This is ridiculous, but
right. This is all of the nonsense that we talk about all the time without people.
I know, right? But burning, the actual act of burning is called oxidization, right? That's it's oxygen combining with something else. That's what rust is the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because oxygen is crazy reactive and it wants to join up with stuff, you know? So water is H2O, that's oxygen and hydrogen get together. So anyway, oxygen, pure oxygen is very flammable is the point, is my point.
Right, exactly. So, science and science. I'm philosophizing and he's sciencing, and it's usually the opposite.
I'm talking like sixth grade, earth science. It doesn't mean anything.
Hey, dude, it's smart man science to me, man. I don't know. But also, I have to say about something we said earlier about like changing the world or whatever. First, you have to change yourself. I just have to point that out. No, I'm not Michael Jackson. He did it better than me. He did it with a song. Change Man in the Mirror. I think
I wouldn't say that Michael Jackson changed himself better than you. I would not agree with that.
No, that's not what I'm saying. He talked about it.
He didn't do a good job. He wrote a good song, though. You did. Yeah.
Better than me. But I do believe that 100%. If you want to change the world, at least change yourself.
Yeah.
You can't do anything else. You can definitely make an impact by changing the way you treat others, because you are impacting the world every day by the conversations you have with people and the way you treat people. And the way you treat people makes them treat others a certain way. And it's either a good chain reaction or a fucked chain. I mean, there's no other word for it.
A fucked chain reaction.
A fucked chain reaction of hurt and pain. So change And the easiest way to do that is to change the way you look at the world. I
Right.
don't know, Bob, don't you think?
Yeah. You know, you got a choice to smile or frown. Just smile. You know, I mean, yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
hippie crazy shit, but it's true. I was watching this thing with the Dalai Lama just on some YouTube video like it popped up in between other YouTube videos, and the Dalai Lama, somebody just asked him like, regardless of philosophy or religion or anything else, what do people need to be happy? And he just said, well, you have to be comfortable. You have to like yourself. You have to be comfortable and at peace with yourself.
Right.
And then you have to connect with others. And he said it doesn't matter. He's like, and it's as simple as that. This is the Dalai Lama. He's like, it doesn't matter where you live or what religion you are or anything else. Those are just basic human needs. You need to treat yourself well, and you need to treat others well, and then you'll be happy. And that's a pretty simple formula, But
it sounds simple. It's not as easy for some people as you would think, though, right?
No. Like, my other favorite one, so very almost the same thing as that from like 150 years earlier, was Abraham Lincoln, who said somebody asked him what his religion was, because he's very famously, a lot of the founding fathers were not like big Christians, even though that's what we all think, because in God we trust and all that stuff. They were actually Unitarians, and they which is sort of like hippie Christianity. It kind of combines a lot of different faiths into one. And that's what a lot of them were. They were theists and they were Unitarians. And anyway, and Lincoln just kind of wouldn't say what he was. He was just like, and finally they said, what is your religion? He said, when I do good, I feel good. And when I do bad, I feel bad. Right. That's my religion. And that's the whole deal, man. And that's exactly what the Dalai Lama is saying, be good and you'll be happy, be nice to people, yourself.
That really goes with how I act, because it's like, I like myself because at the end of the day, I don't have regrets. I don't do shitty things for the pure fact of that, of like, I don't want to feel shitty.
Right.
So I don't do stuff I think will make me think badly about myself.
I will not pretend I've done millions of shitty things. I'm not saying
I have not done shitty things.
Right. I've done many, many shitty things. I try not to anymore, though.
I just don't do shitty things I'm going to regret doing.
Right. That's kind of how I try to roll now anyway.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we got pretty deep into, philosophy there, but who cares? Right.
Yeah, I don't care anymore. I at the start of our podcast, tried to just steer away from like any philosophies or any religious stuff, but after David, what's the icon guy's name?
Alexander. David Alexander.
That's right. I know your name, don't worry. David Alexander. After he was on there and he wanted to talk about that stuff, and I had learned in one of my classes that icon to completely avoid all of that. I was like, fuck it. If he can talk about it, I can talk about it.
Sure, yeah.
Of course. So, great. And you got to go back and watch that episode if you guys ever want to be inspired. If you're having a bad day, go listen to him talk about their bad days that they had before they started, even when they started Icon, technically, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. It's a great episode. One of the things I'll be doing that I'm working on now, because we don't know what we're doing as far as YouTube, channel hosting, or I don't anyway. Sure. I know that. So I'm trying to learn that stuff so we can like kind of categorize the channel a little better. So in the next couple of weeks, I think you'll see the YouTube channel anyway make a little more sense, and you'll be able to find those episodes and and everything, because I want to put some just some like kind of teaser text on the thumbnail so you kind of know what they're about and everything.
Sure,
so I got we'll do a little bit of revamping for season 2. That's my plan.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, of course. And we're just learning. Just like you guys are learning our personality. We're learning how to do this, and it's just how everything works when you start doing it.
Yeah, anyway, it's fun. It's just fun. Who cares?
Trust me, years from now, we're going to be looking back at these episodes like, go fuck yourself, guys. You're dumb. I'm sure of it, because that's how I feel about half of my old songs that I thought were super fucking good. I'm like, this song is this is a hit. And now I listen to it and I'm like, wow.
But see, though, Kilo, then 30 years later, you'll go and dig out all the old cassettes
That's
and suddenly you'll love them again, you know?
That's true. Absolutely.
So,
Back to the fun times when it was, because what happens is when you start doing something at first and you don't know a lot, you want to be where you get to. But when you get there, you just want to go back to where you have no responsibility behind it and you can do and say whatever the fuck you want.
right
I know
on.
this is true. I feel like that about my music. I'm like, why would I do that? It's dope, but now I wouldn't do that.
Right.
You know, because you learn stuff and then you put yourself in a box. So I'm going to enjoy it while I can say all this fucked up shit and not care.
There you go, man.
So, yep. So just watch out for all our new releases and hit us up on social medias. We're nice people.
Yeah. Oh, and one other thing, all of our websites will be updated in the coming weeks too to reflect all these things. So you'll see a new thehouseofstatic.com. You'll see a new kingmattblack.com.
Well, that's not new. It's literally new. He's a fucking wacko.
Yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, right. I mean,
you'll see, create his own website.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes.
Exactly. And we'll, obviously we have our websites. We'll be updating those as well.
Right.
So,
yeah. Definitely. So thank you
right.
for watching whatever or listening, or I don't know.
Whatever this was, right?
Whatever just happened. And please be nice to yourself tonight.
All right, man.
And I don't mean that in a weird way. Or I do. Take it,
or you do.
Take it however you want.
All right. Adios.